Hello everyone and welcome back to Math with Mr. Fitri. Today we're going to continue on pages 104 and 105, sections 4 and 5. Alright, so I'm going to give you a couple examples and then I will let you do them yourselves. Alright, so let's begin on page 104, section 4. Okay, now in this section, we are asked to find x, okay? Just like we were doing last time. So for A, we are given two parallel lines, our transversal, and then we are given 120 degrees and x, okay? So using the rules we know already about corresponding angles, interior angles, and alternate angles, we need to figure out x. So let's think for a moment. How might we find x? Well, we know that both of these are interior angles, all right? They fall within the parallel lines on the same side of the transversal. So we know they equal 180 degrees. We are given one angle, 120. So that means that x must equal 60 degrees, okay? Because, again, these are all interior angles, okay? So there you go. Now, for section 4, B, C, and D are going to be very similar to this one and the problems from last class. So what I'd like you to do is, on your own, all right, I'd like you to finish, let me write this up here, finish section 4, problems B, C, and D. If you've been following along, I know you can do these. Now, let's move on to something a little more challenging. On page 105, section 5, we are being asked to determine if P, whoopsie daisy, P, there we go, Q, and R, S are parallel. Okay? So we're going to have to figure out, using the rules we know about corresponding, alternate, and interior angles, if these lines are parallel or not. So let's begin. First of all, with A, all right, we are given our lines here. Let me put these in one moment. We've got P, Q, and RS, and we are given angle 110 and angle 70 degrees. Okay, whoopsie daisy. It's really hard to draw on my tablet using just my finger here, so I apologize for my drawings again. So let's think about that. How are we going to determine if PQ and RS are parallel? Well, I want you to think about the stuff we already know. We know that a straight line equals 180 degrees. So I think what I'd like to do, let's look at this section here. Let's find this angle, okay? All right. Knowing that a straight line is 180 degrees, we can take 180 minus the angle we are given, 70 degrees, and we get 110 degrees. So x equals 110 degrees. I'll write that in here. Okay. Now, again, ladies, remember, these are what type of angle? Corresponding. Corresponding. There we go. They are corresponding angles, and they must be equal to prove that two lines are parallel. So, are PQRS parallel? Yes, they are. Okay? Yes, they are. So it's as simple as that. Using the information we know to determine if two lines are parallel. Let's move on to B, and then I'll set you free to do this on your own. All right, now, this is a little different here. Whoops, that's not a very good line, is it? Nope. Let's try this again here. All right, there we go. Now we've got P and Q. We've got R and S. And we are given angle 62 degrees and angle 120 degrees. All right? Now, let's again use the information we know. So, what I would say, and what maybe you're thinking is, hey, Mr. Fitri, hey, let's try to find the interior angle here. And I'd say, hey, that's a good idea. But we don't know if PQ and RS are parallel. That means we don't know what these angles should equal. So, let me erase this here. How else can we find that angle? Well, we do know that we have straight lines here, okay? So what I suggest is let's look here, all right? Let's try to find out that other angle, all right? So I'm going to put X here, all right? You can label them, do whatever you want. Just try to get the right answer. So we know that a straight line is 180 degrees. We're going to subtract the information we know, and we're going to get 60 degrees. So X, or I should say this angle, equals 60 degrees. All right? Now again, we've got another straight line here. So we can try to find this angle. Again, let's take, whoopsie daisy, let's try this. We'll we'll say it's Y. So again, 180 degrees minus the degrees we know. All right? What do we get? Again, we get 120 degrees. So now, let me see if I can do this without making too much color here. All right? Here we've got our interior angles. Okay? We know that interior angles must equal 180 degrees. So we need to add them together. 120, that's not a very good 2, is it? No, 120 degrees plus 62 degrees. What do we get? 182 degrees. Okay? So if we know these interior angles equal 182 degrees, does that mean PQ and RS are parallel? No. Okay? No. So this seems challenging, but it shouldn't be, because we are using, I'm going to keep repeating this, we're using the information we have been given and that we know to answer the question. I know you can do this. It's pretty straightforward. So ladies, what I'd like you to do, let me get rid of this here. What I'd like you to do is to complete the rest of the problems in section 5, okay? So section 5. You're going to do for me C and D. Not a lot to go off of, but I think you'll be able to do it as long as you follow the steps and the information you already know. All right? So, good luck. Next class, we'll continue working on this. Just keep building and practicing. Thanks so much. Have a good day.